So you're relatively new to crypto, NFTs, AI, metaverse, and you want to learn more about it. YouTube is absolutely my favorite place to research. This is where I get most of my information on AI, metaverse, NFT drops, as well as technical analysis. I actually learned a lot of technical analysis from watching some channels on here. I've actually done a few courses as well, which helped a lot, but I'm telling you, you will get a lot of information if you can actually sit down and watch a few of these guys I'm about to show. They're going to teach you everything you need to know. Just pay attention and listen with an open heart. Sometimes one of the mistakes I made from watching a lot of these guys' videos is not actioning what they're saying. I would watch it and I would listen and I would think, oh yeah, I guess that sort of might work, or yeah, maybe. And then I didn't do it. I didn't pull the trigger on the trade or the coin or whatever it is that they're talking about. And I regretted it almost every time. It's been a very rare time where I've done the opposite, where I've regretted actually listening to what they said. Honestly, just forget what you know and just listen for a second. So number one is, without a doubt, EllioTrades Crypto. He's also got a Twitter channel, which I follow as well, but he's got the best mix, I would say, especially for a beginner on YouTube, because he's also an NFT developer, his own NFT platform called Neo Tokyo, which he co-founded with Alex Becker. I would have included Alex Becker, but because they actually work in tandem, I'm going to leave it to this one channel. Definitely check out Alex Becker as well. But these guys are both business partners. They own Neo Tokyo, which is a crazy good metaverse NFT platform, which you should check out. The reason I really like EllioTrades is because he's got a lot of skin in the game, and he's not one of those developers / investors that wants to dump on you. The dude is that rich, it's insane. So he doesn't need to dump on you, but he actually genuinely cares about this. I almost see myself in him with the way that he cares about the future of NFTs and metaverse and AI as a whole. So I resemble a lot with him and I really like him. Also, he has like a sub channel here with this guy. Sorry, I don't know his name, but he's actually a chartist. So they work in tandem. You'll see Elio on most of the videos talking about NFTs, some charts, price movements, etc. And this guy talks specifically about charts. He's also a fractal / Fibonacci trader, which I really prefer. You can learn more about that in some other videos I'll talk about. But this guy is really good at charting as well. So it's a perfect mix if you're wanting to learn like a whole picture of NFT drops, how they work, because the guy's a developer. Not only is he a developer, so is Alex Becker. They both code and they've both made games in the past. But they get some insane people on. They talk to a lot of guys and a lot of developers that develop other platforms. They're just so in the know. These are the guys you want to hear from because they're involved in the space directly. They have skin in the game. Skin in the game meaning they've got their own skin, like their own money, their own time, their own reputation is on the line, which I really respect about this. So EllioTrades, without a doubt, the #1 channel to follow on YouTube. Number two, without a doubt, George Gammon. George Gammon would have almost been my #1, but because this is more NFT crypto related, I will keep EllioTrades #1. George Gammon is amazing. Honestly, he's that high school teacher that I always wished I had. He's so goofy and nerdy, but he's so switched on. I've learned more about money flow, the Federal Reserve, money printing than I've ever learned with anyone else before. If you want to understand how money actually works, because I don't remember being taught it at school, this is the guy to follow. The guy's a macroeconomist, an accountant, I believe. But he does his own seminars and his own YouTube channel. The dude is just so switched on. Plus he does his own podcast where he gets a lot of other investors and economists on from all sorts. He gets people from the Federal Reserve, which are the money printers. He gets people like that on and talks to them. He also explains a lot about hard assets for real estate and gold and money flow cycles, which I'm so unapologetically biased towards macroeconomics and the bigger picture, because money flows in a cycle and you have to know where the money's coming from. If you think that we're all just going to the moon in crypto and you don't know how or why, you need to understand money flow. George Gammon does a crazy good job at explaining that. He'll tell you exactly what stimulus checks are. He'll tell you where they came from, where they sit on balance sheets with the Federal Reserve and central banks. Amazing. Could not recommend George Gammon highly enough for macroeconomics if you want to understand how money works. Not only with money, but he explains interest rates for housing. He explains hedges against inflation with gold and silver. I just, yeah, check out his channel for yourself and you'll see. He's actually got a video down here, did an interview with Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, and they talk about gold because he's so bullish on gold. You got to listen to him. Could not recommend this channel any higher. Number 3, JRNY Crypto, or JRNY Crypto. Honestly, this channel is new. I only just got caught onto this one and I've been over it for the past few weeks. But the dude is insane, honestly. He's that kind of guy that just speaks it how it is, like not much bullshit involved. I promise you, you're gonna see a lot of channels on either YouTube or Twitter, and they're gonna tell you about all these 1000x, 100x DeFi, altcoins or whatever, or metaverse coins, and they're all going to the moon. Honestly, half of them are full of shit. Either they're half full of shit or they've personally invested way before you got a chance to, and they're gonna dump on you. That's just facts. That's just how it is. It's a dodgy game we play, and crypto obviously has this reputation for a reason, and it is very real. I'm not gonna lie about that. But guys like JRNY, someone that has a lot of skin in the game, and just sort of calls out all the bullshit, I really respect that, especially when it's hard to come by and when you're really looking for an honest opinion. I can't recommend this guy high enough. Plus, he also has his own NFT drop called JRNY Crypto as well. It looks like this on OpenSea. It's the same emblem. And I really respect people that are getting into this space personally. They're getting their own skin in the game. So you're going to see a lot about metaverse. He does a lot of crypto news, explains DeFi, explains how NFTs work, the importance of them, and future happenings, which I think is really important. I don't really like people that just talk about this one coin that's going here and there. This guy, if you want to learn how things happen and why they happen, this is the channel to check out. Number 4 is little Benny Cowen. Benjamin Cowen is, I'm almost like sorry to put him on because he is hard to listen to. I'll be honest about that. But he is insanely smart when it comes to technical analysis and fractal trading. And again, I'm very biased towards macroeconomics and higher time frame chart patterns and trading. I think it's so much more important to look at it because a lot of people get way too caught up in like current price movements and, oh my God, it dipped on the weekend, I've got to sell it all, or shit, it's going to the moon, and like, it's all rubbish. You know what I mean? You need someone with a very, he's a little bit nerdy. I can't lie about that, but he's so good at explaining charts. He'll explain exactly what you're seeing and why, and what to look out for in real time. A lot of people, it's very easy to look at a past chart and see here, you probably should have sold here, or see here, I bought here. Bullshit. All of them talking bullshit. Guys like Benjamin Cowen, he talks about it in real time, and also on his Twitter feed. I would have included him on the Twitter channel, but a little bit boring, I'll be honest about that. But if you're really looking, if you can understand charts as well, or if you're looking to understand charts, Benjamin Cowen, I can't lie about it. He's good. He's good at what he does, and fair play to him. But yeah, just fair warning, he can be a little bit boring to listen to. Number 5, Coin Bureau, absolute OG. The dude's been around forever, for literally every cycle. Obviously, he's a massive channel. I'm not the biggest fan of following massive channels, especially like BitBoy Crypto on that, because I feel like the bigger the channel, the more bullshit they're going to be talking. Like, they got such a large audience, everyone's getting that same information. I'm not a big fan of that. But look, if a channel's good, a channel's good. Coin Bureau is absolutely great. There's no denying that. Yes, there is some pump sort of videos, and honestly, you're gonna have to expect that on half these big channels that you see. That's just what they do. They get a lot of incentives from it. But I can't lie, this guy is really, really good at explaining what's going on in real time. Plus, he pumps out that many videos, it's insane. But not only that, like, this guy's got a few moonshot picks that he's put out a year ago. And if you look at half these tokens that he's talking about a year ago, they actually did pump. So he's pretty good at what he's saying. Like, he's talking about VeChain and IOTA. Both of them went absolutely insane this year already. There's probably more left in them as well. This guy does a lot of altcoin picks as well, which is, everyone's probably heard about altcoins. And if you haven't, it's basically anything that's not Bitcoin. And if you're going to talk about like shit coins, which sort of is some altcoins, they're basically anything that, if you understand market cycles, which is why I'm so biased towards this, Bitcoin leads the market, and everything else follows. When Bitcoin dumps, the money flow has to go somewhere. So the money flows from Bitcoin, which is $1 trillion+ right now, into altcoins. And that's why you get that second relief rally where altcoins go absolutely insane. Because altcoins have a lower market cap, say for example, 100 million, to go, 2x is only an extra 100 million. If Bitcoin was to 2x from 1 trillion to 2 trillion, from 60K to 120K, that's a lot of money that's needed to do that. Altcoins need way less. You know what I mean? If you put $1 trillion into 100 million, like I can't even work the maths out like that. That's what, 100,000x, gains on your money. So if you put in $1,000, 100 times that, there's 100 grand, 1,000 is $1 million from $1,000. So altcoins are absolutely where all the gains are at. There's no denying that. And people are starting to catch on to that. And Coin Bureau does a really good job at explaining not only just what the altcoins are, but why. Like, it's very easy to say this is going to be the next Dogecoin or it's going to be the next Ethereum. And honestly, half the people are talking shit. But when you get someone like this that's calling VeChain and IOTA a year ago, that's pretty good. That's pretty good because no one knew anything about what they were a year ago. And you might see people talk about it now and they're like, yeah, I got onto IOTA and VeChain. The thing's already pumped like 50x. You know what I mean? Like the gains are already half gone. So I really like Coin Bureau because he's timely with what he's saying. It's very easy for people to say now, like half the coins that people are saying now, you've got to realize where we are in the market cycle. They are not going to do 100x, even if they say, and they beg and they plead and they tell you all sorts of things, they're lying. Absolutely. Most of the gains, if you wanted them, well, you should have been here a year ago. You should have been listening to Coin Bureau a year ago when you talk about VeChain and IOTA. That's not to say there isn't a lot of games left on the table. There absolutely is if we are going to continue this cycle. That's why it's really, really important to follow some of these guys that are going to talk about these altcoins. And here's a special shout out to the Kale Show. I got into him earlier this year when he was about 20K subscribers. And I actually found him on Twitter. Went absolutely insane with a few altcoin calls that he made. And he was dead on with it, like insane. He was calling Altura, D-Race, and one other one that I can't remember. And they went insane, like did 60Xs within a couple of weeks. It was disgusting. But yeah, if you go through this guy's videos, he was talking about Altura and D-Race, like at the start of the year. He was talking about this year. And it went insane. And now it's like on everybody's list of altcoins that they've got, and insane. Like, fair play to him. I couldn't not mention this guy. I've also found a few good altcoins from him, and he's pretty, like, he's very, very hyped. He's very energetic, and he's really in your face in some of the videos, which to be honest annoys me a little bit. So I'm not the biggest fan of these guys, but there is no denying that the stuff that he's putting out is pretty bang on. The guy's not actually, this is something I want to get into people's heads when I'm showing you these channels. So the Kale Show and Alex Becker channel, it's important to know who you're dealing with. These guys were both marketers. So they were both affiliate marketers, selling things online and whatever, and getting commissions. It's important to know that because these guys are purposely entertaining. They're trying to entertain you and get you excited and get you really emotional. So you've got to be very careful with some of these guys, but I did put these two on there because I've seen a lot of videos, followed them for a while. I do believe they're quite genuine with what they're saying. Plus they've got skin in the game. Some of these guys have actually showed their portfolios and how much they're holding of certain coins. And if you see that firsthand, you're like, okay, I will listen to you. I'm not going to listen to you if you're talking shit and you're saying you made all this cash, but you got no proof, and you're telling me to buy. You got to be careful with guys like that. But special mention, Kale Show. He's made some absolute banger calls when it comes to altcoins. If you're really looking to make like life-changing gains, these are some of the guys you want to listen to, but be very, very careful. You might get dumped on. That's just facts. So those are my top 5 favorite YouTube channels to follow to find all the latest news on crypto, NFTs, and macroeconomics. I know I'm biased towards that, but I'm telling you, once you can understand that, and I feel like this is a different view because most of these channels that you've probably heard of or you're probably going to see, I'm telling you, they are promotional. They are purposely selling you a dream. And that stuff does not interest me, and I don't want it to interest you as well, because you have to realize, this is why I'm biased in the first place. If you can understand a macro cycle and look outside and not just get so caught up in your emotions because everything's going up, some of these macro guys like George Gammon are going to explain to you where exactly and when are we in this current cycle. Like, they're going to tell you things are getting crazy, crazy bubbly. Like, the bubble's about to pop. You're going to lose all your money. You're going to get wrecked here. And they're the guys I want to hear from. I'm not interested in sharing to you either, the guys that are trying to hype you up and sell you shit. Like, you're going to get wrecked like that. And it's important to note, I'm going to be honest with you, you're not early in this cycle. And that might suck to hear, but it's true. You are not early. So you need to be very, very careful. And another thing is that this bull run, this parabolic bull run, is not guaranteed. As much as you're going to hear it from everywhere, it's not guaranteed. It's not always going to go to the moon. We don't know that. If you understand how to read charts and learn macroeconomics, I'm telling you, you're going to have a much, much better chance at surviving this current cycle. Not only this current cycle, but you're going to fare better into understanding what a bear market is, what happens, how long it lasts, and the opportunities there. That's where you seriously make the money. When I talk about the metaverse and how it's the opportunity of a lifetime, I'm not talking about this current bull run. That current bull run, you should have got involved earlier throughout the year. The real money is going to be made when this bull run ends, when this finally crashes. If charts can predict anything, they're pretty good at, showing what happened in the past will happen again in the future. That's just the way cycles work. It's a never-ending circle, right? The money is going to be made when this crashes, because when it does, I'm 99% sure the metaverse is going to happen. I'm not happy about that, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. All the infrastructure has been made. It's been in the making for quite a few years now. And if you follow along with this journey with me and you can learn these macroeconomics, I'm telling you, you will absolutely change your life over the next 3 years. Guaranteed. So yeah, I hope that was something a little bit different from what you were probably expecting to hear. Again, I don't want to hype you up. I don't want to sell you a dream. I'm not going to lie to you. You need to be very, very careful with what you're doing here with your money. Don't over leverage yourself. Do not overextend. Don't go all in. Do not buy a shit coin because it looks like Shiba Inu. You're going to get wrecked doing that. I'm almost guaranteeing you that. I hope that you can go through these guys' channels, and I hope that they are honest enough. And if you trust me, I hope that you can trust them as well. They are pretty genuine, pretty honest. That's why I personally follow them, and I personally get a lot of the information that I share to you guys. I get it from a lot of these channels. So if you can get it straight from the horse's mouth, power to you. And I hope it helps you in your own investing journey. And I hope it encourages you and excites you as much as it does me, because this is the craziest shit ever. This is the craziest opportunity in every sense of the word. It's crazy for investing, for your knowledge. It's crazy to understand why and how this is happening. And I don't want you to get caught up when the metaverse is finally here. If you can understand where the metaverse is right now in its current cycle, you will know that it's at least 5 years away, 5 to 10 years before mass adoption. So with half these stories and half these channels on Twitter and YouTube, and honestly, even the promotions that you get, they're all telling you like, join the metaverse and start investing in the metaverse. The metaverse is here. No, it's not. It's not. And do not believe someone that's going to say that to you, because they're lying. Yes, there are a lot of platforms being built for the metaverse, but no one knows what's going to be that popular and in demand when it's actually here. So be very, very careful with spending your money on these metaverse plays. Yes, you're probably going to get a good pump if this cycle continues, but it's not something that I'd be placing my long-term bets right here in this current cycle. I would wait for a crash, and that is your chance to make life-changing opportunities. So I hope you liked that list. I hope you enjoyed it. It gives you a broad understanding of NFTs, developing with the metaverse, macroeconomics, and charting. And I think they're very important for this current cycle. I really believe that's where the big money and big plays are going to be made. If this current cycle continues, it's going to be based around gaming, metaverse, and NFTs. I'm telling you that now, and these 5 channels are going to tell you the exact same thing. If you enjoyed, like it, share it, join my group on Instagram. This is where we get these video recommendations. This is where they tell me what they want to hear, and you can do the same too. So if you liked it, I appreciate it. Peace out.